Hello, good morning, my dear students. This is Thiru sir, your assistant teacher. So, welcome to the online classes of Sri Eknatharav Kharche Talent English Middle School, Muktanagar. So, dear students, today we are going to discuss the another chapter, 9th chapter. That is the lesson name is Major Landform of the World. So, dear students, the last classes we have discussed about the temperate grasslands. So, today we are going to discuss the 9th chapter, that is the major landform of this world. So, dear students, everybody knows very well that total earth are covered with land and water, isn't it? So, 71% are covered with water, while 29% are covered with what? Land. So in this way the total large bodies, so in this way the two divided into, so this is the natural features of land. Land was totally only 1/3. So in this way all the land forms is called continent, and all the water forms, I mean water bodies, are called oceans, isn't it? So in this way we have the 7 continents and 5 oceans. You have already read in the previous classes, I think so. So but the land form, some are plain and some are rough, means different features, I mean different figures. So different type of angles, different type of figure. So this type of land is known as relief. So it has different type of land form, I mean mountains, plateau, plain, desert, isn't it? And river valleys. In this way different types of land forms are available in the land side. So these all are now we are going to discuss. Now we first discuss about the mountains. What type of mountains are available in which regions? Mountain area is that the much higher than the landform around it. Mountains are highest landform, generally with pointed top of called peaks. These peaks may be conical and rounded and have the steep slopes. Okay, so mountain means what? What is meant by mountain? Have you know? Mountain. What is meant by? Mountain is, it is very highest place from the plain landforms, and its edges become very slope and steep slope. Mountain different in height and shape due to their age. The Himalaya are young and very high mountains with pointed peak. On the other hand, Aravalli are old and have low rounded peaks. So in this way, in India, just whenever you see, some mountains are very new and very highest mountains, while some mountains are very old and very thick rounded mountains. You can say that is Himalaya, or you can say Aravalli mountains, etc. Now I am going to discuss the types of mountains. What type of mountains are in this region? There are divided into 3 mountains, that is fold mountains. There are mountains divided into 3 types. Mountains, 3 types. One is fold mountains, then after black mountains, then after volcanic mountains. First one is fold mountains. Second one is black mountains, and third one is volcanic mountains. volcanic mountain. In this way, the mountain has been three types. First one, we are going to discuss fold mountains. Fold mountains are the most common type of mountains. The Himalaya in Asia and the Alps. The Europe example of the fold mountains, they are formed by the collisions of two tectonic plates which causes the earth crust to fold. That's correct. Folded mountains, that is Himalaya and Alpine. Himalaya and Alpine mountains are best example of the fold mountains, which is the two plate tectonic collided to each other, they folded to each other. That's why this type of mountains is known as the folded mountains. Next one, we are going to discuss the black mountains. These mountains are found when a mass of earth slides along the crack due to the internal force. The Sierra Nevada mountains in North America is an example of black mountains. Next, we are going to discuss the volcanic mountains. Volcanic mountains are formed due to volcanic eruption. For example, Mount Fuji in Japan. Okay, that is the mountain of Fuji in Japan. That is the main example, best example of the volcanic mountains. Now, we are going to discuss mountains often are a series of parallel ranges in which the hundred of kilometers long. For example, these Andes in South America and the Himalaya in the Asia. So, importance of mountains. Now, we are going to discuss what type of importance are for that country about the mountains. So, let us discuss about that. Mountains act as barriers against cold, hot and dry winds of the provide protection of the landforms. That is very important. First point, the mountains always give the protection from the cold wind. It may be cold wind or it may be hot wind, whatever may be. From the wind, it will protect to the country. Second point, river originate from the mountains, providing water of irrigation, drinking and power generations. So, origin of the rivers. Due to the mountains, the different type of rivers are originating from different mountains. It is not only for the irrigation but also for the drinking water. Okay, and not only for the drinking water, it is making to what? Create the power generations. So the next point is various minerals are found in the mountains. And the mountains, different type of minerals are so available. Next, the river bring down sand and silt from mountains and deposit them in plain to make the plain fertile. Now, it create the new fertile landform in the plain areas. How it is? When the waters came from top to bottom side, at the time it is carry the silt from of the top of the top soil of the mountains and it is carried to the bottom side, I mean plain side, and it creates some fertile landform, which is very important and very suitable for the different type of crops and cultivations. The mountain slope have rich forest and fertile lands. In that mountains area having the very fertile land to grow the forest. So in this way, the mountain is very essential for the human being. Not only for the human being but also for the country. Now we are going to discuss about the plateau. Already we have discussed about the lesson of these regions of the, isn't it? Because we have already discussed about the plateaus of, I think, in the 4th standard. So again, we are going to discuss focus once again the plateaus, whatever plateaus are present. A plateau is a elevated landform with a flat top and steep slope. The climate of the plateau is cool. It is elevated abruptly from the surrounding lands. The surface of a plateau is often cut off by rivers. Almost all the continents have the plateaus. Some plateaus are very large and extend over hundreds of kilometers. Large part of Asia, South Africa, North America and Australia have the plateaus. Actually, in 4th standard we have read only inside the India, but here we are going to discuss North America, South America, Australia, so different continents where it is available. So just I am focus on it. Now we are going to discuss what is the importance of the plateau. Plateau are rich in minerals. Yes, obviously 100% sure. For example, the Deccan Plateau in India. Deccan Plateau in India, it's just in triangle shape. Deccan Plateau. So it's just a triangle shape. It's filled with minerals. For example, Chota Nagpur Plateau. So Chota Nagpur Plateau is highly rich in minerals. Different type of minerals are available. So first things what you can understand, plateau is very important for the minerals. Plateau are also good for rearing cattle and sheep because of the grasslands. Why? Because it is very not much more than cool and not much more than hot. It is very less, but it is maximum places are occurring the cool. So in this way, grasslands are occurring. This way, the cattle rearing is also very important land. The black soil of Peninsular Plateau of India is fertile and very good of cotton and sugarcane. And maximum plateaus of the India are covered with black soil, and the black soil is also very important for the crop of cotton and sugarcane. So in this way, plateau is very important. Now we are going to discuss the plain. Oh my God, plain regions also we have already read of India in the 4th standard, isn't it? So let you discuss and let you recall it. A plain is land with a relatively low relief. I mean very low landform. It is a flat or gentle rolling. Plains are also called lowlands. Most plains in the world have been made by rivers, as is the case of the northern plains in India. Rivers bring fine silt with them, in which they deposit the river valley, fertiles and plains are formed by where these deposits fertile plains are formed more thickly populated in these mountains and plateaus, because crops can be easily grown here due to easy availability of water. Some plains areas are near the sea coast, while some are in the interior of the continent. So the plain areas generally it is formed by the different type of rivers. The rivers carry the silt from the mountains regions and it will deposit in the landform of the plain areas, I mean bottom of the hills and mountains, and it creates some plains. And the plain area is more suitable for cultivate or make different type of crops. Why? Because it is more availability of water. Why? Because due to the water they can grow any types of cultivation in the plain area, and plain area is fit for irrigation facilities. This way they grow different type of crops in this plain area. Now I'm going to discuss what is the importance of these plain regions. Plain in the rivers valley have the fertile soil and are suitable for agriculture. Just sometime before I have said you, plain areas is very important. Why? Because the plain area is totally filled with the fertile soil. So in this way it is very suitable for the agriculture. Second point, settlement and life in the plain is easy. This is way most of the cities and towns are located in the plain area. Why? Because that is also many important point, that in the plain area is very important and very suitable to settle the place by the people. This way many types of cities and towns are well grown in the plain areas. It is easy to construct road, railway, aerodromes, industries and house in the plains, and different type of industry factories, each and everything are mostly grown in the plain regions only. Now we are going to discuss the desert areas. Desert areas, one is Sahara Desert, another one is Thar Desert. So let us discuss what the deserts are grown. Deserts are found in both hemispheres. It is area which receives scanty rainfalls. Obviously, suppose it getting more highest rainfall. What can you say that is a desert place? Never. Why? If the rainfall is more, cultivation will be more, plantation will be more, and forest also occur there. That's why there is no rainfall. That's why it became forest. It became desert. So it is falling very scanty rainfall, very less rainfall. Types of desert. Now just we are going to discuss the types of what type of desert are present. So let you see. My God. Desert found between the 15 to 30 degrees latitude on the both of sides. Suppose you think this is the world. This is the equator. This is the world. This is roof. So this part is called the what? This part is known as desert area. Desert located area. Desert located area. So let you see. Desert found between 15 degree to 30 degree latitude on the both of side of the equator are hot desert. So this area, how much? 15 degree to 30 degree. Here also 15 degree to 30 degree. So in these regions are located different type of desert, and it is also called more hot regions. They receive very less or rainfalls. For example, the Sahara and the Kalahari desert in Africa. Just we have seen in the Africa here, it has been Sahara desert and Kalahari desert. Sahara desert north side and Kalahari desert it's south side, both of sides. Next, beside the hot desert, there are temperate deserts such as Gobi Desert. So, cold deserts are found near the pole of the Antarctic and Arctic circles. For example, Antarctica is the largest cold desert in the world. So, deserts are formed because they fall under the dry wind belt when dry wind blow for inland. Instead of rain-bearing winds from the sea, they are also formed due to the deforestations where only infertile soil is left behind and the top of soil is being blown away. So most of the hot deserts are located on the western side of the continent. Deserts are rich in mineral resources. So in this way, why? Because in the desert area also two types. One is hot desert and then after is cool desert. Cold desert means due to cold, there doesn't have any landforms. Due to hot desert, there also doesn't have any potted landform. In this way, they don't have any plants and trees or any cultivations, but they are all rich in minerals. Now we are going to discuss the river valleys. So whatever river valleys are present all over the world. Water flow from highest area to low area in the form of streams. So many streams join together to form a river. That is 100% sure. So first of all, the makings of some streams. So all the streams togetherly they form the river, right? So in this way, they are making different type of rivers. So the rivers and streams curve out valley and even deep gorges or canyons. The Colorado rivers in the USA form the deepest canyon of the world called Grand Canyon. So a river passes through three stages. Okay, upper course, middle course, lower course. First, okay, let us discuss. River, it is following the three case. I mean the river passes through the three stages. Upper case, middle case, lower case. Let us discuss. uppercase, middle case and lower case. So the river passes through the 3 stages. First, uppercase stages we will discuss. At this stage, the formation of a river valley begins with the carving out of the channel. Most rivers originate in the mountains. Here, the flow of the rivers is very swift and cut a deep valley. Why? Because uppercase, the speed of the water is very high, very speed. It is very fast. That's why they digging the valley very deeply, just like very deeply they digging soil. The water is going on. So in this way, the speed of the water carries lot of silt, lot of soil from the top of the mountains, and they digging very deep of the valley. Next, middle course. So middle course, what happening here? The second stage in the middle course, it begin when the river leaves mountain and enter the plain. It become deeper and wider flow gently. Due to the erosion of the deposit action of river, its bank, a winding curve is formed, is called meadow. So when the part of the loop of river cut off the form of lake, it is called the Oxbow Lake. Okay, so when the middle part will come, the size of the river wide will increase, the depth will decrease and wide will increase. So in this way, the means the direction of the river also time to time it will change. And first river will come, for example, after some year like this, after some year, so here it will cut off the river. So this is called the Oxbow Lake. In this way the Oxbow Lake will made. Then after we are going to discuss about the lower course. So what is the lower course? Lower course, at this age the river flow very slow and join bigger water bodies such as a lake or sea form a delta. But in lower case it is going a very plain area, and it has very slowly, and it is joining with any lake, sea or ocean, some water bodies. So in this way all the landforms are present all over the world, which is very important to know all the things. So dear students, I hope you understand these lessons very well. So you also read once, twice, thrice to understand the lessons, and look at the video that you get the better knowledge of these lessons. Okay, so this lesson has been completed. So keep watching till then. Bye bye.